room to save the day.
Welcome to Mighty House. This is a radio show for people with problems, home improvement problems that is, and for people who want common sense guidance on how to build green and live a more sustainable lifestyle. Send an email or call into the show. The Mighty House crew is on the job. This is Mighty House.
All right, you can join us on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Periscope Live right now. Brought to you in part by Mr. Floor. And wherever you're watching, click on the like button and subscribe so you'll be notified when we hit the air. Podcasts of all our shows are available at mightyhouse.net, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, SoundCloud, and at homeimprovementusa.com. Find links to all of them at mightyhouse.net. And if somebody wanted to sign up for the newsletter, Rich, how could they do it? Rich? Hello? Hey, Rich, who's on the show today?
Well, wait a minute. Oh, sorry, Rich isn't here. I went to his camera and it wasn't there. Oh, you sign up for the newsletter. You go to mightyhouse.com, right? Click on sign up.
Mightyhouse.net. Mightyhouse.net. Mightyhouse.com will take you to a realtor out in Oregon. So
Oh.
you don't want to do that.
Well, do they have a newsletter? I'm sure ours is better.
Ours is better, yes. So, yes, go to mightyhouse.net. And you click on the Contact Us page, scroll down to the bottom, fill out the information, click on Boom, Done, and you'll be signed up for the newsletter. And who's on the show today? Since Rich isn't here.
Well, of course.
What's our topic?
Of course, it's a new episode of Robbie's World.
Yay! There we go. Robbie.
All right.
Can we do this? Robbie's World. I don't have the hair. I can't do it. Woo! Robbie's World.
Quarantine. Excellent.
I can't make those sounds. I'm a girl. I can't make a gun sound. Rat-a-tat-tat. Okay. So a lot of people
What's on
are...
Robbie's World today, Robbie?
I'm getting to it. It's things to do while you're quarantined. And
around the house?
Around the house, along with the Clutter Clarity topic that I usually have.
So you're going to meld those into Robbie's World now.
Yes. Robbie's World is fun. Robbie's World is more fun than Mighty House. Just saying. And I am not bored. I obviously don't want this virus around, but I am not bored. And a lot of people are talking about, people who have perfect homes and perfect lives and perfect families. And I am...
Is that you?
None of those.
Oh.
So I have a million things to catch up on. And so I'm going to talk about some of the things that I've been doing during this quarantine that you might be able to do as well to help you through the times. This is clutter things that you could do. Update your address book. Now, a lot of people are switching to everything on their phone. I have not quite gotten there yet, but I have one of those address books that's just filled with names and addresses that are crossed off, changed, people move, and so on. So you can go through.
You mean in your computer?
I'm sorry?
In the computer, you mean?
You can.
How do you cross them off with a pencil on your screen? Your screen will get all messed up.
No, in an actual physical address book.
Oh, like paper?
Yeah.
Like it has a cover and stuff?
Well, like I said, I am not that technically advanced yet, but I do because, for example, I write down if I have a client and, their number, their spouse's number. And you could do all this in a computer, but for me, it's just easier to write it all down. So that's one thing that can be done. Another thing that I'm actually doing is comparing home and car insurance. Now, that's my doggy. Because recently I had to look and help somebody else with some home insurance, and I realized that I called a couple different places, and the place that I'm using currently for my insurance is a lot more expensive than another place.
Really?
So yes.
So price shopping.
Price shopping on things like insurance for your home and your car, something I've been doing. Things are taking a little bit longer in getting responses back from people, but that's okay. I am in no hurry. Just letting you know it's something, if you've been meaning to get to this is something you can do. Old files and statements. They say save everything for 7 years, bank statements and so on. So you can start going through all these things and get rid of what you don't
I've got those boxes in my garage. They're stacked about 6 or 7 feet high.
Exactly.
And each one's marked what year it is. It goes all the way up.
Mm-hmm. Well, it might be time to get rid of a past year. So there's lots of files that we can go through right now during the quarantine. Another thing is, how many credit card offers are you getting in the mail every day?
Correct. I don't know. I don't get the mail.
Well, you can sort through right now and find out, are you really getting the best offer on your credit card right now? Are you getting the best interest? Are you getting the best freebies? A lot of people did the Mileage Plus kind. And there's some for every grocery store that you shop at. You can change your percentages quarterly, get 5%. And this card, if you shop at grocery stores, get 1% on everything else. Sit down with a couple different credit cards, and it's a pain in the butt, but you can shop around and find the best credit card for you.
Okay.
You can do a room by room purge.
A Roomba?
Room by room
Oh,
purge.
the room. I thought you were talking vacuuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do a room by room Roomba vacuuming as well, but a room by room purge. And you can get really, really in depth, because now you're going to have the time. I don't even know what Fuzzy Robbie is doing right now. But you can get really in depth. Things that you've been saving because somebody gave it to you. Here's my example. When I got married 30 years ago, The Frugal Gourmet was very popular. And my uncle stood in line to get his latest book autographed for me and my husband for our wedding. So I pulled it out. I'm like, I don't use cookbooks because, as Ron
Don
would say,
does, though. Don uses them all the time, I'm sure.
No.
He's that good of a cook, he doesn't even need cookbooks?
Everything we need, you just put in the little Google machine and you can find out. Prepare for barking, by the way. Hold on. Hey.
Okay.
I'm doing a podcast. Knock it off. And so what I did is I called the relatives who gave me this book, and I said, for my wedding, you stood in line for hours to get this autographed. It's no longer useful in my life. Do you mind if I get rid of it? And I felt much better. They said,
what'd they say?
Don't care. Go ahead. Go ahead. I
wasted half my life getting it. That's okay. Go ahead. It's no big deal. Throw it away.
People save things because they're going to feel bad that the person who gave it to them is going to go to their house and not see it. And in this case, if you truly feel that way, it's been a couple years, 30 years, ask the person if they mind. That's what I did. I got rid of it. I also got rid of a ton of old, Christmas cookie recipe and everything to do with noodles recipe, everything to do with pasta, basically, things like that. Because when's the last time you looked at it? So now is the time you could do some real deep purging in your rooms.
But what if you're overwhelmed by it? You walk in and there's so much junk, so much stuff. Like, where do you start? Why would
start one corner? As silly as that sounds.
No, you start with a glass of wine or a beer, and you go and sit in front of the TV.
You could do that, but that's not purging.
Well, the question I have for you, Robbie, have you ever gone into somebody's house and said, hey, where's that cheese grater I got you in 87? Like, that's the other thing. No one ever asks what those things are. So they may not even know that they gave it to you.
It's absolutely true, but we never think about that. We just think we don't want to hurt somebody's feelings by not putting out something that they gave to us.
I wore the cheese grater out planing down a piece of 2x4.
It's okay to get rid of something. Actually, Fuzzy Robbie, this week I had a client call and ask for something. They're kind of like cheesecloth bags if you're going to make soup stock and you're going to put bones and things in there. It's special little bags for making soup. They actually called me and asked if I could tell them where I put them.
Where you put them in their house?
Where did you store them? What did they say when you said you threw them out?
There were many. There were none to be thrown out.
Did you say the store has cheesecloth? Because that's what I've got to say sometimes when the boss lady keeps something. It's like, well, we've got a whole bunch of these, or we've got it's like, yeah, well, the store has them too.
Yes.
How about the store hangs on to them until we need them, and then we'll go and get them.
As long as it's not toilet paper.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So what you do is you just walk into that room and you just pick a corner and you start and you just rotate. So another thing that I'm doing right now is I have bags lined up for when the quarantine is over. I have the bag of things that are going to the dry cleaners, the bag of things that are going to the post office, the bag of returns. And I know a lot of stores are being generous with their return policy right now, extending it past the normal 30 or 60 days. So I have a room, and just on the side of it is everything lined up. Things that I no longer want, that I want somebody else to enjoy, a family member. I actually have a couple things boxed up for when I get to the post office again after the quarantine's over, and just send them out somewhere. Hey. So as you're cleaning, you can think of those things. Really, what I don't need anymore. Who else would enjoy this?
Habitat for Humanity.
Pardon?
The Restore.
Yes, the Restore, Habitat for Humanity.
They'll enjoy it.
Make a recipe file. And again, this is something
on the
that
computer?
Most people probably have on their computers. I still have stacks of recipes that I've torn out from different places. You can just tape it all into a recipe book. You can put it on your computer. You can take photos of the recipes. In one of my other talks, at another time, I'm going to talk about, this is clutter to do while you're quarantined. There's going to be another talk on what you can do for other people while you're quarantined. And one thing you can do for other people is give them copies of family favorite recipes. So you can make a little book for them, or just send them a little ebook, as it were.
Got it. So then it's just a file on their computer or their tablet that they can then flip to when they want it.
Exactly.
And they don't have a book taking up shelf space.
Right. A little aside.
That's signed by the chef that their husband loves.
When I was in Florida, before all this quarantine, I was asking my cousins, 1 week, every Friday made something different. And I asked a cousin what he wants, and he said he wants the recipe for beef stroganoff that his mom used to make. Well, she had the recipe, which was really nice, and then we copied it, I made it, and we shared the recipe with everybody, which was nice.
Cool.
When you're going room to room purging, how many comforters do you need? It's the question that I usually ask, how much Tupperware do you need? And when you get into the deep purging, everybody has those big storage bins, those store light bins, and things like that. When you, again, have the lids without boxes without lids, that's it. They're leaving my house. They're going. But it's the same with comforters. Do you have like a cedar chest that you have comforters in? Do you have comforters in every closet in every house? Do you have them in the basement? Do you have them in the attic? Put all the comforters together, one for each bed, maybe if you have guests coming over, and really look at things that you have excessive amounts of and how many do you really need. Where can you donate them? Doggy shelters.
Oh, yeah, they like those.
They do. One thing I've talked about in the past, recent past, is I posted online about use it up, wear it out, make do or do without.
Mm-hmm.
That was something that was taught, I believe, during the Depression. And I think about that all the time. Use it up, wear it out, make do without. So lately in my cooking, Ron Cowgill.
That Don does for you?
I went online and I found a recipe to make your own vegetable broth because I didn't have any chicken or beef or vegetable broth at home. So what I do now is when I'm cutting carrots or celery or anything, I take the extra little pieces, the tips, the ends or whatever, and I put them in a freezer bag and I freeze it. And then when I want to go make soup, that's the base for my vegetable broth.
Got it.
Excuse me.
Oh, you sick? No? You're not sick? You're okay?
Take all the scraps that you have, put them in the freezer, and then you can use it later for making a broth.
Got it.
The other thing you can do with all the scraps are start your compost pile.
Yes, that's what I do. It goes right outside the window, right outside the patio door. Just dump it right in the flower bin. I've been doing it now for 2 years. The flowers love it.
So if you're in the use it up, wear it out, make do or do without, let's try not to waste anything right now and start using up when you're going again through this deep purge everywhere. Collect all your little travel bottles of soap, shampoo, and so on.
Consolidate them into one.
I'm sorry?
Consolidate them all into one bottle?
And no, not necessarily, but use them.
Oh. But see those little things you get at the motel and the hotel, the little bottles that last me a year and a half. It's shampoo. So it take me years to go through those bottles.
Well, there are things you can do if you want to donate them after this quarantine is over, but now is the time. Hand soap, body soaps, they're at a premium. They're very hard to find right now. So use what you can.
Got it. So start making your own soap?
Dishwashing detergent.
Just start using what you have. You don't need to go out and buy hand soap. You probably have a bunch. Excuse me.
Oh, here we go. Now look at the bottom of this glass. Turn her over a little bit more. Look at the bottom. Oh, that is. What are you drinking? That is just beyond nasty.
Cacao.
Gesundheit.
Cocoa nibs, cacao nibs. So the other thing, a lot of people are running out of hand soap. But you might have that hand soap dispenser that when you dispense it, it's the foam soap. And you think, well, how do I refill it with foam soap?
Put water in it?
All you do is refill it with, what I'm using right now is I have a bottle of what do they call it? Bath gel.
Okay.
So instead of using in the shower, I put about this much. Let me see where I have to go to get my camera.
Right there you go. Yep.
Okay. About this much. So about an inch in the bottom of the foam soap dispenser. Once I've used it all up, put an inch, fill the rest with water, give it a little shake, and you'll have a whole fresh thing. You can only use it with the refillable
pumps,
foam dispensers. You can't use it with the regular dispenser.
Really? Those things
get
are
very
amazing.
diluted soap.
Oh.
But if you already have a foam hand soap dispenser, you could just fill it up.
We use that for our dishes, for our dish soap, and I have used the same 5-pound bottle of dish soap for like 2 years now, because all we do is we just put that little bit in there, fill the rest full of water, boom, done.
See?
You're putting it in the foaming dispenser, right?
Yes. Yeah, the foaming dispenser, it's amazing.
Thank you.
I've spent $4 on dish soap in the last 2 years. It's ridiculous.
No one's going to Fuzzy Robbie's house to eat, by the way, because the plates are going to be nasty looking.
Well, we lick them clean first.
Oh,
so you
well,
got to start
fine.
First, yeah. And then the dog has their turn.
After the dog's done, then you put it back in the cabinet.
I believe it's Dawn Detergent, not 100% sure, that sells foaming dispensers for dishes, but it's the same thing. If you have a big one, you could use it for washing your hands and washing the dishes. And you're right, the foam makes it last so much longer. Okay, so you're taking your veggie scraps and you're spending time in the garden, because now's a good time to start weeding the garden and picking off all the leaves and all the other debris. Okay. How far can you stretch those items? Like we said, use it up, wear it out, make do or do without. Am I the only person who has my quarantine outfit and every day I take it off, put it in the laundry, I put on my second quarantine outfit, and I just keep reversing and switching
between
two outfits?
The same two sweatshirts and sweatpants?
Same two.
Oh, so you just, one set goes in the wash and then you got another set, you pull it out.
Exactly. Because with all the things that I'm doing, all the gardening and all the deep cleaning and all that kind of stuff, things are getting stained, they're getting worn out. Washing your hands a million times a day, splashing stuff all over me. So when the quarantine's over, I won't have gone through, hopefully not more than 2 or 3 weeks worth of clothing. So save your clothing. Just use the same things over and over. People might say it's wasteful to wash the clothes every day, but a lot of people are talking about the quarantine. You need to keep washing your clothes every day. And then the other thing is, a lot of people don't have money coming in. They don't have jobs right now. But what I try to do is think about what I'm saving. again, I don't like the coronavirus at all. I don't like that we have to be quarantined.
But
I'm not getting my hair done. Where's that gray? It's there. Oh, I'm not getting my hair done. I'm not getting it colored. I'm not getting it cut. I'm not getting my toenails, my fingernails. I'm not getting notches. I'm not, going to the gym. My gym membership is on hold. Think of all the things that you're not doing right now. So maybe money isn't coming in. But in my case, I'm also looking at it as money's not going out as much. When I was working all the time for client, I would stop at Culver's or Portillo's or something like that on the way home. So I'm eating better. I'm doing a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. I'm not just, spending the money that I would, $15 a day or more for a lunch when I'm at a client's house.
Yep.
So there's a lot we could do to keep ourselves sane. There's a lot we can do to help others. And I'll talk about those things next time.
Okay.
But in the meantime, if you're not hiring a cleaning person or a home organizer like me to come into your house, you can save money, do it yourself. You'll feel a little better. There's a lot of things that we can help you do right now.
And again, where do you start? When you walk into a room and it's full of crap, where do you start?
I know
it's overwhelming. It's
silly.
Overwhelming sometimes to people.
You start in a corner. You just start in a corner and start pulling it out, and you're looking at everything. Right now, the use it up, wear it out, make do, or do without. Do I need it? Do I love it? Does it go somewhere else? And that's a big thing right now. Is it a return? So many people have things, this needs to be returned. This I was going to, give to the library. This I was going to give to my neighbor, my friend. Take bins, bags, something. Just label them all and put in there where all these things are going out of your house. I also have a big box that I'm going to put in the back of my car, and I'm putting all things that are being donated away. So where do you start? You just start in a corner. You just walk in and you just work around the room. Start by making piles of things, even if you make piles of things that don't belong in that room. Because what you want to get down to is everything has a place. So when you're looking for things or someone else's, you'll always know it's always going to be in that place. Here's a good example. Every room you go into, collect all the pens, all the writing utensils, I should say. Collect all the magic markers, the Sharpies, the colored pens, the pencils, the crayons. Collect all of it, put it all together. I did this, and I know well, that's a waste of time. I don't think so. You collect it all. You have, big bins of all the stuff that you don't need.
Well, check and see if they even work first before you put them in the
Check
bin.
and see if they work. Then go through. I love the Sharpie markers, so I'm not getting rid of any of those, but I am getting rid of a lot of other things. And maybe it's nice to have a pen in every drawer in your house, but then that leads to a pen in every drawer, a pen, by every phone, a pen in every purse. Go through your purse and get all the pens out. A pen everywhere. If you have one central place where all the pens, pencils, and all those utensils are, it's going to make finding things so much easier. And then you could visualize and see, wow, I don't need all of this. Because people will come away with baggies filled with writing utensils.
How many junk drawers do you need?
I am coming up across, some little sentimental things that I just, what do you do with it? Mm-hmm. So I am keeping one drawer right now of things that...
One junk drawer?
And I'm not even calling it a junk drawer.
No.
One box of outdated cell phones and all the cords. But, that's my boxes of things that are going to be sorted out, taken care of after the virus is over. Okay. But I have, everything should have a place. And then you have just those little things you're like, what am I going to do with this? So, and then like I said, next time we're going to talk about how to help yourself, maybe mentally and physically during this quarantine, and how to help other people.
Wait, okay. you said junk drawer, not drunk room, not junk, not garage, is what I thought you said,
correct.
right? A garage? Is that where you keep
correct.
Everything? The other thing with that is I just keep a pen on me. That's part of my EDC. I just keep a pen on me.
See?
Then I always have a pen by the phone that I'm next to, or the pad of paper I'm next to, or anything like that. Just keep or a Sharpie. Since I'm an engineer, I keep a Sharpie in my pocket.
Oh, yeah.
The boss lady doesn't like it when I leave it in the laundry, though.
No, I'm sure she doesn't. So how about this, Robbie? Someone invites you out after this is over to go through their garage.
Anybody I know?
I don't know. Somebody wants, if you're watching, go down there, leave us a note. And if you want us to have Robbie go through your garage and get it cleaned out, we'll come over and do that.
Well, on the
Or
one
Robbie
hand,
come over and do it.
yes, I need to get back to work.
Okay.
On the other hand, use this time. I know a lot of people are working from home and schooling their children at home.
Mm-hmm.
But for those who are sitting around saying, I'm a little stir crazy, what do? I think that these were some good ideas on things that they could do that might make them feel better.
But what if you're like the person that that's already got all that done? I mean, like the picture that was just up there. Where'd you find that picture, Fuzzy?
Somebody sent it to me.
Huh?
Somebody sent it over to me. Let's see if I can pull it again.
Okay.
If you're the person that I have a niece right now. I have many nieces, and her house is beautiful. It's just perfect. She cleans it every week, dusts it. It's perfect. So what we need to do for her is things to do for other people. So one of our next segments will be how to help other people and how to help yourself maybe stay physically and emotionally fit during this time.
Got it.
It's a 3-part series.
Oh, this is a 3-parter. Okay.
Yes.
See, there. What if you're that person, Robbie?
Then you need to start helping other people. And there are creative ways to do it.
Okay.
Just stay safe and do that.
All right, cool. So does that wrap this segment up?
Please do.
Are you done?
Yes.
All right. I didn't have a list of what you were talking about or when. So,
That's okay. We're done.
We're done. Okay, good. So, hey, next week we're going to be talking with Elliot Richardson from the SBAC, and he's going to go over all the stuff. If you have a small business or somebody with a small business and you got to figure it out, how to stay in business, how to get these loans that's coming out from the SBA and different places like that. So Elliot's going to go over all that stuff with us and get us pointed in the right direction. And when's the next Robbie's World?
I think we could do that next week as well.
Next week? You want to do it next week too?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to do a 3-parter the next 3 weeks. Over the next 3 weeks, we're going to have Robbie's World. Got it.
And hopefully by then we'll have how to get out and enjoy yourself now.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, for Fuzzy Robbie, Rich Calgill, where's Rich? Can you put Rich up there? Robbie Earhart and the entire, hey, Rich, and the entire Mighty House team. I'm Ron Calgill. Keep it square and level.
Until next
time. There you go. Thanks, Fuzzy.